everybody. Eric Wingman Peterson.
Keith, Dunkelza McCormic.
Episode, When I Get Older, Losing My Hair. Many years, 64.
Wow, I was going to apologize for almost calling myself Design Eponymous, and now I feel like I don't need to apologize
Design
for anything.
Eponymous is taken ill today, so probably because of the musical, but who knows. So this is Wingman's Hangar. This is an inside look at everything we do while we build and make Descent Underground, while we're bringing Descent back from the dead. So yeah. You know, if you have time between Pokemon Go, come try the game out. Everybody's been like, you know, capturing the Pokemon or Pokemon or whatever. Pokemonsters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So we have, what do we have this week? We have the week in review. We have forum feedback, most valuable post. You know, lots of stuff to show you. Beautiful corner, review of the week, the Jitra show, just all kinds of cool stuff happening this week. And we released a new build. If you haven't played it yet, there's a new build out there for you to try. It's got co-op versus AI.
Yeah, and the AI is more I.
There's an announcement. By the time you see this show, you'll probably already know that we are working with Moon Collider.
Moon Collider and their famed Kythera artificial intelligence.
Yeah, so the AI has got the I in there now.
Lots of big I.
Big I. And we're putting levels of, like, we have aggression levels on the bots now, so we'll be ramping those up, and we'll eventually put a slider in there, let you choose the level in which you think you're capable of.
So you can sort of fly like me or Pixley or Lotherbot, you know. It's sort of, you know.
It's funny because
somewhere up here there's like a Puddles and FireX bot maybe.
We have publishers come in one time and they're like, "This game's hard," and we're like, "You're just a weak piece of nothing." But yeah, you're right. It is hard.
It's a hard game.
It's not every game's supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be challenging, man. If you make it easy, then who's going to play it again and again?
Well, yeah, they play it a couple of times and they're like, that was fun. I'm going to go play this hard thing now.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we want to thank our undergrounders. Skeleton Bane, Splotchy, and the real Mr. T. I wonder if he's like all the gold chains up everything.
I don't know. It's
I pity the fool. Don't play the Sun Underground. I pity the fool. But Underground.
Beat me to it.
Yeah. Are you going to do
Yeah,
it? Let's do it. Let's see who has a better one.
I pity the fool. I pity the fool who don't play Descent Underground.
That's pretty good. I'll give you that. I think it was good. So if you're not in the Underground right now, that's where we test out all the new maps. I think there's about 7 or 8 maps in there for people to test, and then we'll take one from Gray Box.
And we'll bring it in, beautify it and everything.
Yep. So that's happening. That's in Proving Grounds. We test all the new weapons. We've got some weapons that are coming up. Now, most of the ships are in now.
The ships are in.
We've got all 9 of the starter ships in the game.
But there are still some features of those ships that aren't implemented yet, and if we make balance changes, those will generally go through the Proving Grounds
like
as
my
well.
turret. I want to drop my turret.
So the Wasp is supposed to drop deployable turrets, so those will come to the Proving Grounds first. And also, as right now, the ships are still crunched.
Oh, they're one lane.
Yeah, I mean, they were very
balance.
close together. They're a little farther apart, and they may get further apart still, and so that would go through the Proving Grounds.
Yeah, the differential roles are in there, but the gameplay for those roles is now what we're working on. So that will become more clearly defined. We'll spread out the ships from the Predator to the Goliath.
And so once we get into, you're actually harvesting the minerals, and that's your victory condition, like, we really do need those roles to be separate.
Yeah, well, the gameplay is going to require, depending
team.
on a team. Right, that's exactly right. So the first bit we put in there where we wanted to balance the combat, we had to have everything fairly crunched, and now we're spreading it out. So get used to that. I mean, it'll make the game better. Let's just say that, hopefully. And speaking of that, here's our Steam review of the week. Ooh. Cool. I love that. The Gears thing. Very, very cool. So from Hymenaeus Delta, Hymenaeus, how would you say it?
Hymenaeus.
I pity the fool can't say Hymenaeus. Hymenaeus Delta. I have played this game on a score or so occasions, and I see great potential. And hopefully that potential will be realized because it looks fantastic in VR and plays very nicely. The developers have got quite some more work to do, and hopefully that gets done in the next 6 months. I'm reading a lot of negative reviews, but let's face it, when you buy something tagged early access, if you think it sucks, you're likely a victim of your unrealistic expectations. Yeah, that's true. This game is, based upon gameplay so far, potentially one of the best VR games on the market in my mind, and that is without any doubt. Good luck. Wow.
Thank you.
That guy gets it. I do think we had a slew of negatives when the VR wasn't working. We had a bug introduced.
The engine bug. Yeah.
Listen, in that I understand you buy something for VR and it says VR and it doesn't work, I think it's fair to get a negative review on that.
Yeah, and to be fair, it took us longer to fix it than we thought because when we patched the engine broke a bunch of other stuff. So
Yeah, like
we
couldn't
fixed
fire a
that
laser.
bug, but you couldn't fire a laser.
But hopefully what happens is people who now are trying it out now because VR is fixed can now go back in and it can turn that thumb upside down. That would be a big deal for us. So that's cool. Thank you very much, Hymenaeus, for your review.
H-Delta.
Right, Delta. Hashtag Delta. Thank you that's your Steam review of the week. So we have more, as we talked about, VR improvements.
Yes.
We just released that on Friday.
Yeah,
Jason's
so
working. We only have 3 coders, John, Jason, and Tyler. So we are only a 10-man team. So if we had 20 people, things would be a little faster, I think, probably. But that's just the nature of the beast when you're bootstrapping.
Small indie developer. Right. But the VR improvements, I mean, you've probably already seen the cockpit if you've been playing. If you
Which still
haven't,
needs work.
get it. Yeah, that's a preliminary cockpit. That is not our finished vision of the cockpit.
But it does help.
It's just a reference frame to help with motion and to kind of get some good feel going.
It's neat, though.
It is cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It just needs
but it's
touching.
just going to be more cool as we put more love into it.
And eventually we'll have cockpits for all the different ships. So you'll notice when you're flying something, you'll get used to the different styles of cockpits. So, but that's first pass. It's pretty good. People like it.
Mm-hmm.
We built the cockpit around the actual HUD so that it looks. We went through a lot of variations, like the World War II bomber.
Oh yeah,
sites.
the
B-29
kind of
super,
thing,
super
which is one of my favorite planes. Just gotta say.
How could it not be? Wonderful plane.
And but it is still the flat HUD. We're going to be breaking that up into more directional elements and stuff. So.
Not yet, though.
Yeah, not yet. But check
we
it
still
out.
have gameplay elements to get in. Although, to be honest, we're getting a lot of the core's in now. A lot of the working features are in, and now it's going to be down to quality of life issues, new particle effects, maps, building out the stuff for people to do.
The full-blown corporate warfare kind of thing.
And, of course, the story-based.
The story-based single player.
And meta.
And metagame.
Metagame,
Absolutely.
We also have more medals.
Oh, yeah.
21,
Something,
I think?
yeah.
21.
So everything from, and I think we showed them on the show a month or so ago, but they're everything from medals for like the Typhoon and the Shaman.
To the Mega Misser.
To the Mega Misser. And the Darwin Award.
Oh, yeah, the Darwin Award. Yeah, the Darwin Award. If you kill
That
yourself.
one a little too often.
Yeah. There are a couple negative medals, things you don't want, but some people probably do.
I have like 60 of those.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. So the career page will be taking you'll have a lot more stuff to show on there. So I think we have like 6 of them on there right now. 6
Something like that. And eventually the career page is meant to be mirrored on the website. So you'll be able to like show it to your friends. Hey, this is my page.
100%.
So.
Oh, we also, but did you notice in the drone bay, we added a little info text on news
over
feed.
here in the corner.
Hot news. We got that because we don't have the training video. That's another thing that'll be coming to quality of life. But we don't have a training mission. We have the training video. So so people, because sometimes the game is hard.
Yeah. But
when did we grow soft, gamers? When did we grow soft?
I blame Halo.
A pity the fool's not too soft. Pity the fool plays Call of Duty. Can't move in a Z. Z. All right, anyway.
That's up and down.
It is. Yeah, it's time for this week's Studio Snapshot.
Hello, Wingman. Chitrix here. Do you know how hard it is to hack the Wingman network, especially from Canada?
Thing window just went up. Keep an eye on him.
It's time to steal some of your thunder. Why? Because I can.
What's he doing? You got eyes on that? Box. They made the exchange. Go! Step away from the Pokemon! Were you Pokemon trafficking again?
Oh, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. Well,
in truth, it's OSVR. It's a new dev kit, and we are spread out. We're virtual, and so I wanted to get Jason the dev kit so we can test it. Right.
Drop it out.
But that was just a little fun for you guys. What do we have? More we can review. Anarchy is changing the winning
By kills.
right?
Yeah. and that's been requested.
It's been requested
for a while,
long time.
and
Points are kind of going. We'll still have points in Summer Stars, but it's not going to be the winning condition.
Points will be more for once we start getting into the metagame and people sort of leveling up and things like that.
Ooh, which also we have coming too.
That is on the drawing board.
Yeah. You've actually done a lot of those levels, so that's pretty cool. Euro servers. If you're a Euro and you're ready to get on the servers, hopefully, fingers crossed, very soon.
Does that include Great Britain?
Oh, Brexit. I don't know. Do we let them in use? Do we have to charge them for using the Euro server?
Well, I guess it's up to Theresa May to negotiate. Theresa May, right?
Our friends over in England they're having a tough go. They lost a lot of wealth, and it seems that Nintendo found it. Wherever the money disappeared over there, went over to Japan in the Pokemon thing. So it does include. You're welcome to use the EU servers, England.
And that also includes the lobby improvements, the persistent lobby.
Persistent lobby's coming. Yep.
Which will make it easier for people to stay with their friends once they've gotten into a match. And it will also gives us support to add other server regions over time as we have demand.
Right. And could GOG be in the future, perhaps?
Maybe.
Who knows? And now here's a special guest with this week's Most Valuable Posts.
Welcome to Most Valuable Post, where we celebrate a member of our community who has made a positive contribution to Descent Underground. This week, we worked with one of our community members who helped us with a VR fix with DirectX 12. We want to celebrate Quonger. Congratulations, you made this week's Most Valuable Post.
Very, very cool. Congratulations, Quonger. He deserves that. It was really helpful for us, too.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
I think more than half of the VR bugs were actually people that tend to be VR folk are also the kind that are
kind of cutting edge.
Cutting edge, right?
Yeah.
Really, really pushing the boundaries. And DirectX 12 is still experimental, so it doesn't work with VR. Not in our game.
Yeah.
So if you got VR and you got DX12 checked, don't do that. I think we're actually getting rid of that.
Yeah, we're building in something now that for now it will automatically disable when you launch in VR, at least until we get DX12.
Yeah, because like
stability.
Quonger was going back and forth with me on Facebook. It doesn't work. I'm like, are you sure? And then we said, turn it off. And he's like, Eureka! And then the next 2 hours, he's playing the game going, this is incredible. Oh, my God. And you're like, it's so tough because even when it's in a setting, right, for if people do buy something, you put it in, it doesn't work, that's on us. It's our issue. Even if it's like a setting that you've chosen yourself, it's still our issue that we have to solve for you. So that was a big help.
Yeah, we really appreciate it when folks do that testing and come back to us and get that dialogue going so we can
Well, we had two
fix
guys
these-
from Steam, Ramothalus or
Ranthalus
and
Shadowmyth.
Shadowmyth have come to help with VR. So that's another thing. If you have a VR kit or device or a Linux machine or a Mac, let us know. We'll give you some months of free underground access so that you can get in there and test because we need that with 10 people. We have one Mac machine.
And it's not a particularly good Mac.
No.
It's
more like a M.
In one.
It's not even, it's just a M.
It's an act.
Just a M. I don't even know. That's 2 letters. I think it's just a M.
And then we have a couple of Linux boxes, but they're again not
Linux boxes.
Do I have to sing the song?
No, you do not. But there might be a song up later. Well, guess what time it is?
It's time for
I love the bitty heads. Very cool. From Beck Altar, my political nightmare on Facebook. I refuse to engage Beck on Facebook, but we get along great in video games. Now that the game is getting bigger, when will we get a patch system that only downloads the new parts we need? Now that is an incremental patch system. That's a great question.
It is, absolutely. There's 2 pieces to that. One is it's actually a fairly complicated system, and our back-end guy, Elfin Dreams, has been talking with some people on the forums about what some of those technical challenges are. We only have a small team, and so we would need to develop certain things essentially from scratch, which would take those people away from developing other things for the game.
So that will happen.
It will happen, but it is not something that we're focused on right now.
Not close. And but that being said, if you get the game through Steam, that's exactly how Steam works. So
Yeah,
you only get
Steam
incrementally.
has hundreds of people, and some of those people, this is all they do, is develop patching systems.
So get on if you're because a lot of people have bandwidth limitations, and that's a fair point, and we totally acknowledge
Absolutely.
that. If I were you guys, because this is months away from us doing it, I would sit there and I would go hook my account up to Steam, and then get my patches through Steam.
And you can do that.
It
if you
doesn't
already
help
have
though
the
on
game.
Underground, or doesn't help on other. That's just
Yeah, the Underground you will still download
Nature of the beast.
independently.
Sorry.
But in terms of getting your main downloads through Steam, if you already have the game through our site, you don't have to buy it again. Just go to
Wait a minute! They don't have to buy it again.
No, they don't.
Son of a gun.
But go up to your name on the website when you're logged in.
Yeah.
Click on the menu up there in the upper right-hand corner. Hit game. And there'll be a little thing there for getting a Steam key and linking your account. So it's very easy to do, and it will save you a lot of time on downloading the main patches.
And it'll save you some bandwidth.
bandwidth,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it also allow you to go put a thumbs up on the Steam review.
Ooh,
Just
good
saying.
point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah. That's so it may be years before we do the incremental patches.
Maybe not that long.
Nah,
but
well,
it's
we
coming, but we got other stuff we have to do.
From
first.
Aegis Runestone, speaking of Steam, is there a way to customize weapons, like to choose what weapon goes in each slot?
Well, right now we got 5 slots
And
5
5
weapons.
weapons.
So kind of a not you will.
Hierarchy though is coming.
Yes.
You're gonna be able to choose which is priority, like slot 1, slot 2. So or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
You're gonna be able to choose. Like right now, when you pick something up, we have a hierarchy. I believe plasma is the top. Is it?
Fusion.
Fusion. Oh yeah, right.
Fusion's
Fusion.
the top.
Then plasma.
And then frag, Vulcan, and laser. I
Right
think
there
is
you go. And then, so we'll let you mix and match those around.
Yeah,
so that,
but
so
maybe your play style, maybe you're not a fusion person.
I
You
think
want to
that's
do
true.
quad 4s. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe that's your thing. So
we'll let you prioritize. That's coming. I wouldn't say near future, but not very far away.
Yeah, it's on the whiteboard.
It is. It's on the target process. It's
a virtual whiteboard.
Yeah, it is. That's true. That's true. So it is in there. Ooh, Jitrus with a non-video question. He's not even waiting for. He gets 2 questions this week.
Ooh.
When are we going to fight Viewmaster or Designopotamus in the mines again? Soon, I hope. Well, Michael, when is that going to happen?
Well, my challenge is that I live out in the country now, and I have a crap DSL connection, so I haven't been able to even download the game, much less play it.
So you should get it on Steam.
And well,
Yeah.
get the incremental.
And get those. He's got chickens now, folks. Chickens.
I got 6 of them. Yeah,
6 chickens.
4 cats, 2
Get
dogs.
them on Steam too and play Descent Underground. You can do co-op.
So Michael will be on soon. Rob's on quite a bit, actually. Designopotamus is on with us. And so if you want to play devs, we play every Friday. We play more than that. I play the weekends. We play at times,
Yeah.
too. We should probably do a schedule where we play a little more often. We set a time we're going to be doing that while we're still in early access.
But especially if you're watching right now, load up the game.
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah.
right after the show,
We're playing.
we'll be playing, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a Designopotamus in there.
Me either. He's an easy target. From Skin So Soft. Do the bots have much better health now? They're pretty much impossible in later waves with only 1 or 2 players.
What's interesting about that is that's almost entirely their intelligence. Some of the bots actually have less health
Yeah.
than a player ship.
Yeah, that's true.
So they are,
They're just not standing still anymore.
yeah, they're not standing still, and they come in waves. They come in groups.
Yeah,
Gang up.
but the bots, we did have them ramped up at one point where when you were doing the
Yes.
all Incendious thing, the Incendious was tough, and he's more of a boss bot,
Yeah.
and he's still in there.
And I think he's still pretty buff. But,
Yeah,
but he's a boss.
I pitted the food, and not buff.
My flamethrower.
Yeah, he's coming, and his weapon will change too because he is going to be shooting the flame balls
I
eventually.
wonder if do we have that video
Of what?
showing off the artificial intelligence?
We might. You mean show them how it all works?
Yeah, we could do that.
Well, we could. Sure.
Mike?
behind us, out
I'm in the
center
dumpster.
by where the
I'm out of energy.
second set of Panzer. I'm under attack. Yes, there's some eye involved. I love it when they come down the tunnel in Rama.
And because you can see it.
Yes.
You can see them coming for you because
Yes.
of the windows and stuff. You're like,
And those bots right now, we have a paint job coming for the enemy bots will be all the Kessel Corporation
for now, and we may add
rusty
other,
orange
yeah.
kind of, yep. And it's they don't have name tags on them, placards, so you can easily tell if you're playing co-op, who's your teammate and who's not by color schemes, by look, and then also by placard. If you see a placard, that's your teammate. And eventually, there's going to be more than that. There'll be geometry changes and stuff like that, but we don't
that'd
have
be
geometry
very-
changes are not there yet.
Yeah.
We don't have any geometry made for those changes, but that will be
coming.
coming. Yeah,
It's just
as
it's
ever.
art bandwidth.
Yeah, definitely art bandwidth. And that art guy, he needs to get busy. Damn it, Art, work harder. From DEFCON X, when can we splash lava with weapons? For as the French say, les extra dommage. Is that really how the French say?
L'extra dommage.
I
don't know. Yeah.
Who the French, by the way, are still in the European Union.
Yep, and can use the Euro servers without a treaty.
No problem.
Yeah.
Happy to have them there.
That's
So
a cool.
no, the idea being environmental interaction. We've got crates going in. We've got minerals. All these things we'll be updating. Probably every map is going to get an update of some sort, and then many more. We're designing maps around the game types and stuff like that.
Specifically around that.
So I'm big on environmental interaction. So splashing lava is cool. I wouldn't think it's too far off. We got a long list of things to put in. That being on there, so it's just going to be a tick, 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 tick box. So one day that's just going to show up. I don't know exactly off the top of my head when that's happening, but that will happen. And explodable cans and
Yeah, so like
You wanna set traps.
the barrels in Doom, where you shoot them and they will have
100%,
an equivalent of
100%.
that,
I mean, it'd be great if the Goliath could drop a this explodable brick. Yeah. Designing on the
drop
show.
a mine.
This is what happens when Rob Irving is not on the show. Eric gets to go crazy and come up with cool ideas. Sorry, Rob. Anyway, thank you, DEFCON. So it will happen, just we don't know when. From Splotchy, when I steal something with the Warlock's deactivator, it doesn't seem to be on my ship. How can I use the weapon I stole? That's a good question.
The short answer is if you hit the tool a second time, it'll drop it right in front of you. So the idea is that it's sucking it into the tool and then allowing you to either drop it for yourself or you could drop it for a friend. So like a Warlock isn't necessarily the best ship to say use a fusion cannon, but a Typhoon gets 3 of them.
Nah, that's terrible. Pixley with 3 fusions is absolutely
Scary.
ridiculous. Yeah.
But if you're on Pixley's team and you steal the fusion cannon, you might want to give it to him.
So think of it this way: the deactivator is actually, I believe, in the tail of the crafter.
Well, it's in the front.
But you can't use it. It's not a slot. So it's like you suck into a vacuum cleaner, and now in order to use it, you've got to push it back out and pick it back up normally. So that's how that all works. And you can either pick it up yourself, or you can have it. You can
And leave it for a
This
friend,
allows
yeah.
it to pass it to a friend.
Yeah, it's that team play we talked about.
Right.
earlier.
Or you drop it, and the enemy comes steals it.
Yeah, you got to make sure.
Absolutely,
be situational awareness.
You know what time it is?
We already did form
No,
feedback.
I think it's Jitra's show time.
Is there any chance of using some nostalgic value and adding or using old bot schemes just to give them a modern look? Just something to give a tribute to the old Descent.
Very cool. So we would love to do that, and we do have tribute styles. Let's not forget, for those of you who are new to the game itself, we do not have the rights to the assets of the original. Matt and Mike have those. They're friends of ours. They're doing something else. But Our game is a reboot or a reimagining of Descent.
It's a prequel, essentially.
Right. So those bots don't exist yet in our world, but there will be.
There might be things that do very similar jobs.
Like the
that
Torch.
might
Like the Torch looks a bit
somewhat
like the Pyro GX, right?
Exactly.
It's the prequel to the Pyro.
And we have loader bots coming, so they may have some kind of arm thingy.
But then again, we may have a few Easter egg style stuff in there. But again, we want to have cool stuff in there and design our own, our own thing. So the idea is the gameplay is pretty much the same. That's the cool part. Ooh, it's now time. Let's take a look at some of this beautiful corner stuff.
Ooh.
Such a nice, cozy, happy feeling there. Let's take a look at what we have to show in the beautiful corner this week. Oh, the new paint schematic. That's the paint schematic we were talking about.
And it looks very similar to the current one on the Auger, which is not without intent.
Yep.
But now it's on a Wasp.
Yep. So when you start seeing these color schemes in the co-op, these are going to be the enemy colors for right now. There you go. There's even more of them.
And
There's
you
the
might
Goliath.
notice some subtle differences in shade too. That's telling you something.
That's going to tell you aggression levels and things of that nature. People are going to be able to tell. Like you might fight, say, an easy torch here, or a medium, or a hard one, and there'll be subtle differences in each one, so that you know when you come up against them what you're running against.
Well, you'll know if you're paying attention.
Yeah.
We do want to reward people for, being good at the game.
I'm so broke I can't even pay attention. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Try the veal. Pity the fool who doesn't try the veal. Anyway, cool. On that note, don't you think it's time for a little more musical action?
Sure.
Yeah.
And here's our Drizzy musical. Ready? Here we
Ready.
go. Wingman, I just heard about Drizzy. How are we going to get him back to normal?
Was he ever normal? You want him back?
What? You don't? Ooh la, ooh la. I can only hold that face for a short time, but seriously, how are we going to get Drizzy back?
Oh, I got an idea. A 2D printer!
That was, wow.
Okay. Maybe we should talk to somebody with some actual talent now.
Yeah, there's talent there. Hey, everybody, we're here with TJ. We're getting back on the Be a Legend package. TJ supported us in the Kickstarter. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
So how did you find out about Descent Underground?
Well, I found out from you.
From me?
when the big shakeup when you left the previous company that we shall not mention.
It's okay. I was on Star Citizen. Everybody knows that. That's groovy.
We heard that you was leaving and starting your own company, and of course, I liked you. I followed your Wingman's show, and I just knew you was going to do something great, so
Well,
I had to
first
come
of all,
over and follow.
I apologize for you watching the Wingman show. I don't know. What are you doing
look
that
forward to
for?
that every
Yeah,
week. I
it's
don't know
all
what
right.
you're
Thank you
talking
very
about.
much for following us. Yeah, it's kind of cool. So you found out about it. Now, did you play Descent back in the 90s?
I played the original Descent, and I don't remember going to any of the other ones, but I did play the original. That's really my experience with Descent.
That is the best one, I think. Descent 1 was probably the quintessential experience. And we do have plans eventually, as this goes over time, to going out into space and competing with that other Thou Shalt Not Be Named Voldemort project. We'll eventually get out there for that. So tell us a little bit about yourself, TJ. What do you do? What's for fun?
Well, I do a lot of things. I actually probably do more things than I have time for. I have a regular job that pays the bills, just regular maintenance in a paper plant.
Cool.
I'm also working on a game project myself with a small studio.
Really? What are you doing? We allow we have our fans working with us too, right? What's
It's a online RPG. It's called Legends of Ethereal.
Legends of Ethereal? What can you talk about it?
A little bit. It's traditional fantasy part. It's also part steampunk.
Oh, cool.
There's a lot of lore involved. There's more than we have time to really discuss, but it's going to be very in depth. It's player driven, player owned lands, homes, player owned voting positions, leaderships. Players are going to be able to affect the areas, be able to hold local elections, change the whole outcome of all the different areas. It's going to be pretty fun. It's a lot of work and it takes up a lot of time.
Cool. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, but that's that's the fun. Is this your first game project?
It is.
Yeah, it's people. I think people have a perception of what it's like to make a game versus the reality of what it is, and it's a lot of hard work, isn't it?
It is, and I probably had that perception in the beginning.
People seem to think that like you're playing a really fun game. All you do is play games all day. And if you ask my wife, that's probably what she thinks I do too. But the truth is, most of the time you play a really crappy game for a real long time until you find that sweet spot. So that's pretty cool. So what are you doing? What are you doing for it? Are you writing the lore? Are you designing or art?
I am designing. Yeah, I'm their lead designer.
Nice.
So
Well,
it's going to be a lot of fun.
Kickstart it, or are you gonna?
We are looking at those options. We haven't decided yet.
Well, listen, we'll support you. Obviously, you support us, we'll support you. That's the way this works. I always kind of view the whole experience on Kickstarter as more of a we're like a united artist kind of thing. You know what I mean? Where we should all support each other, because being an independent is challenging, financially and all this other stuff. But it's also the only way you can make the kind of games you really want to make. And if we don't support each other, you don't sort of. Now you have some kids too, right? You have children?
Yeah, I have 4 kids, 3 daughters, and the youngest is a son.
Wow, how old are they?
My son is 4, all the way up to my oldest daughter is 12.
Woof, that is a busy house.
It is very busy.
Now, where are you at? Where are you guys located?
I live in Oklahoma City.
Sweet, dude. I like Oklahoma. I worked in Tulsa for a while. I'm a big, other than tornadoes, I like Oklahoma a lot. And I could break into song. I'm not gonna bother breaking into song for you about Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain. Okay, it's happening. Where the waving wheat could sure smell sweet, and the sun comes right behind the rain. Anyway, sorry. I like Oklahoma. So you followed us from the beginning. You came over. Now you haven't played recently, right? You've been busy.
Yeah, I've been busy working on a game and a full-time job and raising a family, but
it does take time. But we're gonna get you back in the minds, right? Because we do need your opinion, especially somebody as passionate as you that's out there making the game. You're the kind of person or the kind of people that we need helping us, or at least giving us feedback, right? Because
yeah, definitely.
Otherwise, as developers, sometimes you make turns that you shouldn't make. And I kind of like doing this in a very open manner, because it keeps us accountable for what we're doing, rather than going off and saying, okay, I'm going to try this, or I'm going to try that, or, and then you don't really know if that's a great idea or not. Like, I keep throwing the Starlancer thing out there where we put co-op in there. Nobody played it. I mean, which sucked because it was really fun. But so, we have co-op in the game, by the way, right now.
Yeah, I saw that on your update. I said I keep the game updated. I just hadn't had time to jump in. But with your latest update, I saw all those, and I really wanted to jump in and give the new stuff a try, because it sounded like you made a lot of improvements.
Are you more of a single player or a multiplayer guy?
My style of gameplay has to be a specific type of game. Like, I like RPGs.
Yep.
I do like an occasional first-person shooter, but I'm not the best at those, so I have a tendency to stick to the first-person ones, or the single player.
Sure. Well, that's it's funny when we did the Kickstarter, we obviously focused on multiplayer first because we had 9 ships to do, but we knew single player was a big deal. What we didn't realize is it's almost 3 to 4 to 1 single player over multiplayer. So we're working on that now, because we've gotten all the ships in, and now we're balancing them all, and they're pretty good. We're actually kind of narrow in balance. We're going to start spreading it out, so we have things for the miners to do, the scout to do. We're going to, we want people that are not really Twitch gamers, because I'm 51. I can't keep up with a kid who's 16 years old who's going to just destroy me. But
if I can have a game type that I can get in there and play, like I can build a wall with the Goliath, for instance, or I can, we'll have things for people to do that are not that Twitch, and that's where you start expanding out the experience, and that's where we are right now. So hopefully we'll have stuff for you, coming up.
Yeah, definitely a lot of exciting times coming.
Yeah, cool, TJ. It's been great chatting with you. Thank you very much for your support. Without you guys, we're not around. And I know you're still supporting the other thing out there, Star Citizen. That's fine. Those guys got a lot of friends over there. Worked very hard for a couple years there, helped them build it, and I'm looking forward to. I think they've been taking a bit of heat, but I think that what they need to do is just get Squadron 42 out, particularly, and people will be like, yeah, okay, you know what I mean? And that's the nature. That's the nature of open development. You're going to be, criticized earlier than you probably would be normally in a normal development cycle. Which then the criticism there comes at the end when you did something that nobody likes. So hopefully that's why I don't mind the criticism. Let's get in there and work it out now so that when it does come out, we're fine. Anyway, thank you very much for your support, and we'll see you underground, brother.
Yeah, you too, man. Thanks.
Thanks. Very cool, very cool. If you're a legend, make sure you talk to, email us, let us know.
Yeah, we have a thread up in the Welcome Center in the forums, and you can post there, and our own Viewmaster reads through that and tries to set up times with people and everything. It's been a little disrupted.
Choppy.
My apologies. Yeah, we've had a hard time getting things done with all our
with
fun
the
stuff that's going on.
DSL connection, and we only have this studio a very short time.
Excuses. Just post in there if you want to do it. We'll find a way. We can record you on Skype or something like that and put you on. It's pretty good. But if some people just want to support us and don't actually want to be in the show, and maybe after the musical, you can't really blame them.
Yeah, if you don't want to do it, that's fine. But if you do have the Be a Legend
package
interview reward, and you want to do it, just let us know, and we'll work.
We'll get you on there.
Yeah.
And we want to say a big thanks to our agency Underground. These are streamers who are streaming our game right now, and this list is going to grow.
Oh yeah.
Based on later today, there should be a special announcement going out about our product
with cool VR features.
Cool VR features, yes. If you have VR, again, you might want to take a look in the back of the cockpit for a hint at what that is. And if you're streaming Descent Underground, let us know, because we'll put you up. We're still creating. Our website's not static. We're going to be creating a Steam streamers page, right, so that we can get them all up. And
if you let us know ahead of time, especially like a day or so ahead of time, we'll put
join
an
you
announcement.
We'll come in and play,
and we'll get it out on Twitter and stuff, so people know.
We'll help you, help us, help you, help us. That's the way it's going to go. So what are we doing this week? This week coming up in the next couple weeks, we have Quality of Life going on, where we're putting a lot of polishing stuff in there. We're also working on
Survival mode, and
which is playable now.
Yep.
I haven't had a chance to really get into it now that we've
been so focused on getting the other improvements that we've
it broke for a while too. Tyler fixed it yesterday, so I think we're ready, and we're not ready to release it. But again, that's going to come to
Proving Grounds
once
first.
It goes to us, it'll go to Proving Grounds before it gets to everybody else out there. So if you want to get in on Survivor mode and give us your feedback, and this sucks or this would be better, that's the kind of things we count on.
Yeah, we need to hear that, preferably on our forums.
Not the suck part, but what'll make it better.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We don't need to hear the suck part on the forums because we'll just ban that. we don't need that.
No, it makes us cry.
That's Pikachu. I want a Pikachu. Apparently, by the way, if you skip the first 4 Pokemon, you can get right to Pikachu.
Oh, by the way, I found out from Jason yesterday there's actually an animal called a Pika in Japan that apparently Pikachu is based on.
A mouse.
Like a little mouse, like a chinchilla, I guess, or something.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're right. We're also working on differential and balance.
That was that spreading out.
Yep. We're going to be, the weapons will be changing a little bit. It'll be more of a bullet hell kind of experience. For those of you who don't know what that is, you need to look that up. That's exactly where we're going. Thanks to our Underground members and everybody who's backed us today. Thanks to the people on Steam. Thanks everywhere. Without you guys, there is no us. Subscribe to our YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook. Anyway, you can find us all over the place if you're inclined.
But we announce things there generally first. So if there's a new blog post or a new video or a stream, It's going to be on those spots.
Yeah, hook up. You want to be in there. You want to find out what the latest and greatest stuff is. You'll find out about when things are coming, so you can get ready. There'll be some LAN parties and things coming up for people to play.
Yeah,
I think
there's-
Munch and Play and some others are doing some.
Doing some things, yeah. And we do funny pictures too every week now.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Caption this, right?
Yep,
Yeah, that's
caption
cool.
this.
I like that. Yeah, yeah.
But that's only on Twitter.
We
and
should give
Facebook,
something
so-
away. Are we giving anything away for that?
Not yet, but maybe one of these days
Maybe
we'll.
a copy of the game, perhaps, or maybe we could let them drive the auger. I mean, not the auger, but the pig. We still have a leftover ship from the original thing, which is in the game but not in the game.
Razorback.
Oh yeah, sorry, the Razorback. Captain Lauro here. Submit your forum feedback, questions, and videos. See if you can knock Jitters off the top. I doubt it. He's been a mainstay. I love it.
Oh, and we also, speaking of the Undergrounders, we have a meeting next week. So watch our forums. We'll have the announcement up.
We do a design meeting or a company-wide meeting for the underground members, where they get to participate and be part of the design process. It's essentially things like balance or maps or weapon types or
Last month, or it was last month or the month before, we went through and talked a lot about the
Quality of
elements
life
single
issues.
player. Well, it's quality of life, but
Yeah,
also
yeah.
the single player.
yes,
So-
single player too. Which again, single player is coming, but it is not coming to early access. Single player will only ever be when we get out of early access, unless you remember the Underground. The way it'll work is we have our single player campaign outlined. And so we'll do mission 1, and we'll put mission 1 into the Underground, and we'll test it, and we'll play it, and we'll test it, we'll play it. We'll get it happy, and then we'll put mission 2 in there, and then we'll test it and play it, test it and play it. And we'll get all the way to however many missions we have for the first break. And the Undergrounders will be playing all that themselves. And then when we're all happy, that's when we get out of early access, essentially.
Yeah. So if you've bought in early access, you will get those missions.
Yes.
But after
After they've been tested.
Yeah.
And balanced.
Yeah.
And made fun. Yeah. And if you want to be a voice in the game, well, that might happen too. We're going to talk about that probably next week's Underground meeting. We need some more voices besides Miner! Instead of my crazy mug. If Colton would have got out of bed on time the other day, he might have been in the game by now, but he didn't. So, and we will see you all underground.